In 2005, there were a group of singers from University of Nebraska, Omaha, and from a community choir from a former organization called the Nebraska Choral Arts Society, who came together with Dr. Z. Randall's troupe really for the purposes of recording new music, his new compositions. So we were rehearsing sort of once a week, and in the midst of that, he would choose other music for us to sing and read. And so that year, 2005 fall into 2006, we were meeting weekly and gave 2 concerts. And that spring semester, spring of 2006, Dr. Stroop was traveling quite a bit and asked me to cover some rehearsals, which I was happy to do. And in late spring of that year, in a composition lesson that I was having with him in his home, he shared with me that he had taken a job out of state and that he would be leaving. And my first question was, well, what about this choir, this group of people who need a home to make music in and a community of people to be in fellowship with? And he had sort of led me to that point and then asked what I would think about taking over direction of this ensemble. And these were peers, people who I had sung with in college, people who I had sung with in the community, and for whom I had a great deal of respect. And so I was honored and flattered and a little bit intimidated at the idea of taking over this ensemble. But I made the decision to do that and to seize the opportunity. And so the next fall of 2006, about 18 of that group of 40, 18 or so, returned. And then I reached out to people who had sung in church choirs for me in the past, other folks from my university experience who hadn't been connected to the previous ensemble who might be interested in singing. And we sort of kicked it off. We gave a concert that November, that Faith, Hope, and Love concert. And over Christmas break that year, I started doing some research because I wasn't sure what kind of legal obligation we had for reporting ticket sales. We didn't really have a way to generate revenue to purchase music or to pay an accompanist. It was a family friend who was playing for us for peanuts, really. And so I started doing some research and had conversations with music educators in the Omaha area about whether or not Omaha could benefit from a curriculum-driven student choral organization. And I got really positive feedback. So I met with a friend of mine, Karen Benson, who, as it turns out, is sort of a rock star of elementary music education. I knew her through Emmanuel Lutheran Church in Bellevue. She had sung in the choir there when I was a music director there. And I just knew that she was an elementary music teacher. I had no idea that she was the president-elect of a national children's music education organization. And so I brought her in just for a consultation. And in the midst of that conversation, which was initially just to bounce some ideas off of her, she started saying things like, well, we could do this, or we could do that. And it was that we language that really gave me confidence that the vision that I was casting could work with someone like Karen with her expertise. And so that January, having researched and decided that we should be a 501c3 nonprofit, we incorporated in the state of Nebraska as Sing Omaha and met with an attorney to file our nonprofit paperwork, and we were off. In the fall of 2007, we launched with 1 children's choir, a mixed high school adult choir, a high school girls choir, and our mixed adult choir. From there, we have shifted, and grown. I hope in the quality of the experience that we offer our members, in the depth of relationship that they have an opportunity to cultivate with their fellow singers, and in the service that we offer to the community, which is, again, my chief hope, that we are a reminder of what it means to be human, what it means to be connected to one another.